Continuing from the previous episode, we all know that the center of Mandopop had shifted to Taiwan and Hong Kong. Let's start with Hong Kong. Many social figures, including singers and songwriters who originally lived in Shanghai, frequently traveled to Hong Kong. Additionally, in 1951, the largest record company in China, 百代唱片公司, moved from Shanghai to Hong Kong to resume their business. It can be said that Hong Kong directly inherited the momentum of Shanghai, becoming the new hub for pop music. In the 50s in Hong Kong, we could still hear the voices from singers we talked before, like Zhou Xuan, Yao Li, as well as songs by new singer Ge Lan. However, because of this, there were no groundbreaking music or songs. Instead, the atmosphere of nightclub singers in a song from Shanghai was carried over. So I'm not going to pick a particular song to analyze. If you're interested in the music from the Shanghai Era, feel free to check out the video, link right here. It is worth mentioning that due to British colonial influence, the English songs at that time held a status that was on par with Mandarin songs. Cantopop song, on the other hand, was still developing. In 1964, the Beatles visited Hong Kong. It sparked a wave of young people forming bands. Although this was not directly related to Mandopop, these young people would later play a key role in promoting Hong Kong Cantopop and Mandopop. In 1969, a song titled Today I Won't Go Home, 今天不回家, released from Taiwan, swept through Hong Kong. And around the same time, Taiwan gradually transformed into the center of Mandarin pop music, which we will discuss later. Therefore, the early 1970s marked an important turning point for the pop music scene in Hong Kong. The decline of Mandarin songs and the rise of Cantonese songs led to Hong Kong fading from the main stage of Mandarin pop music. But what about Taiwan? It was a different story, a bumpy yet interesting story. So going back to 1949, the nationalist government took over Taiwan from Japan. At first, the Taiwanese people were excited about the arrival of freedom. But in reality, the nationalist government implemented a strict rule to establish its own authority. One could say that their rule was even harsher than that of the Japanese. In terms of popular music, Taiwanese songs were really popular at that time. Little did Taiwanese listen to Mandarin songs due to the colonization of Japan since 1895. Songs like 蛇霸掌, 捕破网 were so popular due to the fact that the lyrics were so relatable. They depicted the hyperinflation after war, the hard lives, and the pitiful little people. However, the government totally banned the production of Taiwanese songs and promoted Mandarin instead. But it's not like we can write anything. It was not free to express like anything. For example, a government-approved military song called Defend Taiwan was sung in a way that could be interpreted as Surround Taiwan. So, Defend Taiwan in Chinese is 保卫台湾. And Surround Taiwan in Chinese is 包围台湾. So it sounds familiar, leading to its own prohibition by the government.
Nice.
As a result, Mandarin songs at that time mainly consisted of old Shanghai songs that we talked about in the previous episode. Many newly written songs had to be very carefully crafted to avoid certain words or pronunciation. In 1962, with the popularity of television in Taiwan, the first singing variety show in Taiwan's history, 群星会 Star Gathering, was launched.
在群星会时代就走红的民歌星，在节目中演唱他们当年的成名歌曲。
Although the process of it was so difficult due to the reasons mentioned above, this program became the starting point for the flourishing of Mandopop and nurtured dozens of Mandarin singers who would support the Chinese music scene for nearly 30 years. Also, due to the United States incorporating Taiwan into its anti-communism island defense chain, nearly 170,000 US troops were stationed in Taiwan. The rise of nightclubs and night spots not only promoted English songs, but also Mandarin songs throughout Taiwan. In 1963, there was a song called 意难忘, sang by Mei Dai, who was a star made by Qun Xinhui.
蓝色的街灯明灭在街头。
This song was said to be the first song that was accepted by the majority of Taiwanese people, and also marked the decline of Taiwanese song in Taiwan. And in 1969, like we mentioned before, a song called 今天不回家, I Won't Go Home Today, swept through not just Taiwan, but Hong Kong, making Taiwan the center of Mandopop music.
今天不回家，徘徊的人，彷徨的心。
Before we continue, I picked a few songs that best illustrated music from around the late 50s all the way to around the mid 70s. First, 祝你幸福, Wish You Happiness by 凤飞飞, released in 1971.
我忘了我的祝福，人生的旅途有甘有苦，要有坚强意志，发挥你的智慧，留下你的汗珠。
Me, I can feel the vocal transitioning from a more squeaky voice, like operative vocal, to a more modern way of singing. And starting from the transitioning era, Mandopop songs started to have a clear and steady backbeat, whether it's on 2/4, 3/4, 4/4. Mandopop literally stopped evolving since then. I'm just kidding. Although one can argue that the background instruments had not changed a lot, we can definitely tell the difference from songs made in the Shanghai Era. Another song I want to share with you guys is a song that was important, but I forgot to mention. So it was said to be the first song that spread throughout the Southeast Asia. 绿岛小夜曲, released in 1954.
这绿岛像一只船，在月夜里摇呀摇。
Beautiful. Just beautiful. And see, songs from the early mid-50s still lack pop music elements, like I mentioned before, but still gorgeous, and maybe I enjoy it more. So huge things happened in the late 70s and completely changed how Mandopop was produced and composed in Taiwan. Want to know what happened? And want to know how we went from Deng Lijun, Teresa Deng, all the way to one of the biggest international Mandopop artists, Jay Chou? Subscribe to the channel and open up notifications so you don't miss out. See you later!